Hi everybody, it's me, Angel Benton, and it is time for another edition of Angel Sudsy Recap. So that's the world where we delve into daytime television and do a few reality shows on the side. Well, as you know, Dancing for Relevancy, aka Dancing with the Stars, has ended. And before we get into a new show, I have to talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I've got to talk about the reunions. First of all, so Michael Rappaport was on Watch What Happens Live, and he was like, this shit's good because The Godfather was told in 3 parts. So if they need to make a 4-part reunion, this shit is good. And I will say, Andy Cohen delivered. It was pretty fucking great. Every episode had its moments that had me dying laughing, gasping. I was just filled with sad, you know, so much of it was hilarious, and it was the best. It was the best. And I will say, because normally one of my big problems with the reunions is that there's a lot of stuff Andy doesn't talk about. But honey, give him four parts. He hit every fucking topic. So kudos to you, Andy Cohen. Very nice. All right. So let's talk about the Atlanta reunion. Okay, I know this is horrible, and I'm going to sound like an awful person. And hopefully, now that some time has passed, she can look back on this and laugh too. But she said how people on Twitter were calling Candy, Candy, aka Bill Cosby. I'm done. That's fucked up, but it's also hilarious. It really is pretty fucking funny. It's not true, obviously, but it's a good read. It's a good read. I'm not gonna lie, but she was hurt real bad by that. But I thought it was great. I thought it was hilarious. I know, whatever. Anyways, but the whole issue with Portia and Phaedra. So, well, first before that, let's talk about the men. So Bob came out, and it's weird because he sort of apologized but didn't take any ownership, if that's possible. He was like, I didn't mean to, blah, 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 but he didn't say, and he's even said, I don't know if I can talk to my kids about the way that they were brought up and blah, 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 because a lot of the issues that Sheree had was surrounding their children and the raising of their children, how he wasn't there for that. So, and in fact, if I recall, when she asked him for child support, he said he wasn't going to give her nothing. So she threw water in his face. Do you remember that episode? That was when we first got to meet Bob, I believe. That was intense. And now Bob is all trying to get all up in her cookies, and she's like, and she started crying because she was talking about how no one knew about this, and Kenya put her on blast and put her on Front Street, and it's too much. And on the one hand, you do feel bad for her, but on the other hand, if you think about it, there's a lot of women that go through exactly what Sheree went through, in their lives. So it might be good for them to hear that. It might be good for them to see that you can get through this, and you can get past it, and you can have a wonderful life and career, right? So I think ultimately, as much as it hurt Sheree, I think that ultimately it's actually a very good thing that it came out. Now, granted, that will force some uncomfortable conversations, both between her and her and her children, and Bob and her children. But I think that it's a good thing. And you know what? Honestly, it's better to have an uncomfortable conversation with your child than to leave anything unsaid. Because uncomfortability will fade away. But if they feel like you're deceiving them or have kept shit from them for years and years and years, that is not shit that they are easy to let go of, right? So I think that's a good thing. And not just that, but every single lady on the show, even people that have had drama with Sheree, but they all supported Sheree, and they all hugged, and they're like, don't you ever feel like you did anything wrong. You did nothing wrong. So I thought that was actually a very good moment, right? Okay, so then the men come out. So Bob, he catches his heat, and, Todd ends up staying for the whole thing because they needed Todd because they were going to be addressing lesbian gate, so he was still out there. But like Peter, Peter left in the middle of the reunion. He's like, I can't take it with Phaedra and Portia. I can't take it with them. They are fake as fuck, and I just, good luck, Cynthia. Like, and he was like, peace out. And he's like, I'm never doing this shit again. It was, we'll see if that's true or not, but I mean, that's pretty. But the men left soon after that. They weren't, you know. Although I will say, Peter doesn't miss a trick when his first question to Portia was, why isn't Todd here? Why isn't Todd here? And she was like, I've been texting him all day. And she's like, why isn't he here? Forced her to answer some uncomfortable questions. Okay, so let's just talk about Lesbian Gate, because that was okay. First of all, Shamia comes out. Shamia, God bless Shamia. Shamia had, what was that one song by Erica Jane? How many fucks do I give? None. None. Not one. Zero. 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 Done. Right? Because that's how many fucks Shamia gave. None. Zero. She came out and she came out guns fucking blazing towards Phaedra. And she was like, you know, and not just that, but I found out that there was some scandalous book written about Phaedra. I didn't know. See, here's the thing. I don't read the blogs that often. I really don't. No matter what the blog is, whether it's a soap opera blog, of which there aren't that many, or a reality TV blog, of which there are becoming more and more, or even some scandalous website. The only blog I really read is Delisted. Shout out to Michael K. So that's really pretty much it. So I get his funny take on a lot of stuff. It's not unfiltered. I mean, it's filtered through his funny sense of humor. So you read oftentimes true stories, and he does provide links to the actual stories, but they're really funny. So I love that, because I love the comedian in him. I think he's great. So whenever all this stuff comes out and they're like, oh, well, the blogs have said this and the blogs have said that. Girl, why are you wasting time with them blogs? Who gives a shit what they say? First of all, who reads a blog nowadays anyways? I just said I was a big time blogger back in the day. But the reality is no one's reading fucking blogs. They're all reading Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You know, now people are doing Snapchat, which I still don't. I mean, I know how it works and I know how to do it. I just don't see the purpose, but, you know, whatever. Anyways. All right, so she came out guns blazing and she was going after, you know, Phaedra. And it all came out that the reason why, because they brought up Lesbian Gate and they said, why would you think that Candy wants to drug you, Portia? And Portia's like, well, Candy served me a cease and desist order. Okay, jaw drop. So I'm going to let Phaedra speak as to why why is it that she's the one that told me about that and what made her say that. Girl, talk about burying the lead. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? For real? Wow. Just wow. That is a lot. That is a lot. So the whole rest of that episode, well, not that episode, because that was episode 3. Then the whole last episode was Phaedra just saying, you know, she was never admitting to anything, really. But she was saying, I used bad judgment. Bad judgment. That was her big thing. And she ended up getting fired from the show. They were like, girl, we can't have this. Bye. Deuces. Have a nice life. They were like, so first of all, I can't wait to see next season who's going to be taking her place. And I can't wait to see who else is going to be going. Maybe it's time for Nene to come back. Or Kim Zolciak. Or Nene and Kim Zolciak, and they can take away Phaedra and Portia. Because Portia's got Dish Nation. She doesn't need the Housewives money. So I'm just saying, that has definitely left a lot for me to be like, okay, damn. Anyways, thank you so much for logging on today. I do appreciate it. Please feel free to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Angel Benton. You can hashtag Real Housewife shit. Then I'll know you're specifically talking to me. Or you can hashtag RHOA to talk to Real Housewives of Atlanta. Or you can hashtag Below Deck Med, because I'm going to be doing that next. And also, please feel free to hit that little subscribe button on YouTube and subscribe to my channel. And you'll get all kinds of my videos every day. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful night. Peace out. Wubba, wubba, wubba.